if we look at distressed sellers, let me pull up that one right here.
Oh, that was cool.
So we have this chart is from the same source, which is Intercontinental Exchange, which has all the mortgage data. And what they're looking at is, okay, how many homeowners are delinquent on their mortgage that have a mortgage? How many of them may be in foreclosure or started foreclosure? And then how many total are non-current? And in New Mexico, right now, it's about 3% of people with a mortgage are delinquent at some phase, could be 30, 60, 90 days late, right? And then nationwide, it's 3.5%. So we're actually behind the national trend.
Cool.
Foreclosure wise, it's about 0.5% of all homes with mortgages that are in some phase of foreclosure, which again is very low.
And our listeners know that we have a lot of homes that are owned free and clear with no mortgage. So the percentage is actually skewed because it's only of homes that have mortgages.
Yeah, best I can tell, we have about 30 to 35% of people in our area that have no mortgage. They just own their home free and clear. And then the last chart I wanted to bring up was the actual number of homes that are, let me bring it right, here we go. So this is the number of distressed listings. So even if we go back to 2016, there was somewhere around 10% of all the homes on the market. And during 2016, even into let's just go back to 2019, for example. We saw 4 to 5% of homes on the market that were distressed, either short sale, bank owned, something like that. Right now we're almost at an all-time low. Less than 0.5% of all the homes on the market are distressed. So the short of all of that is homeowners are in pretty good shape. They're sitting on a lot of equity. They've got great balance sheets. They're not in distress. There's no, flood of people, suddenly having to fire sale their homes.
Great information. And we know that, but the headlines seem to sell clicks. So don't believe those headlines.
So when you talk about distressed listings, what does distressed mean for a...
Oh, that's a good question. I guess I should clarify that. Distress means in our world, it means homes that are been foreclosed and have come back on the market, either owned by the bank, owned by HUD, owned by the VA. There's USDA, different things like that. So different entities that now own the home. These are the people that have the mortgage. There's also another group, which is the short sales. Now, short sales are before your time in this business, but back in our time in 08, in 09 and 10, we saw a lot of short sales.
And a short sale is actually a long sale.
Yeah.
I mean, it's distressed property, but short sale means...
Sorry, excuse me. Did I say that out loud?
I did. Short sale means that the house, to sell it, would net less than what is owed on it. And so they have to ask the lender, the bank, whoever it is that has the mortgage on it, to take less than they are owed. So they're taking short what they are owed, and that's where that phrase comes from.
It's not the time frame. It
takes and it can take a longer time because you have to kind of in reverse qualify for that loan and show as a seller why you can't afford to sell the house and bring money to closing to sell it to make that mortgage whole. So it's kind of a long sale because you have to talk to the bank, and the bank wants to know what your financial situation is, and they have to agree to take less than they're owed or short.
Do you think with our home prices steadily increasing and affordability, is that going to affect the distressed properties and make that number go up?
I don't think so, and a couple reasons. One, the loan qualification standards since about 2012 to today, very different than 05, 06, right? It was the fog and mirror standard back then, as they say, or, yeah, I make this much money. Sure, don't verify it. Yeah. Anyway, that was back in the day. Homeowners overall have very good balance sheets, right?
That reminds me of the article with the percentage of first-time home buyers. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, let me pull up that story.
Going from lenders qualifying buyers to make sure that they do not go into distressed property situations or foreclosures. They have to be making sure their T's are crossed and I's are dotted. So let's go into this.